Do you like to play dominoes? Do you know how to play dominoes? You don't know how to play dominoes? Well, listen here. Here's a brand new show that just dropped. While the presenters play dominoes, a special guest will be discussing all topics that matter to you. Everything from judicial, legal, health, wealth. Nothing is off topic. The name, you ask me? Domino Effect. Domino Effect. Come listen. It's time well spent.
Hello, this is Patrick. You're watching Domino Effect. Today, we're gonna start playing some great dominoes with a special guest. Well, he's not really a special guest because he's part of Domino Effect.
Yep.
Today, we're gonna talk about health insurance, something that everybody needs, especially in the state of Massachusetts. You need it. It's the law.
Yes.
So, without further ado, I'm gonna present you Vod. What's going on, Vod?
Hey, what's going on, Padre? And I'm excited to be here today as a special guest. As you know that I'm not a guest, but today, in this special occasion, I am a guest. So it's one of the topics that we are going to target today, especially for the Haitian community about health insurance. I'm excited to be here and I can't wait for the question that's going to ask and I can wait for the way we are going to talk about health insurance. Health insurance is one thing that's very neglected in our community, but we know that the importance of the health insurance, that's the reason why we are here today to talk about it. Right now, I'm going to pass to Padre. He's going to present the rest of the crew that we have with us today.
All right. On my right, we have Sweet Will, and on my left, we have Eve. So, fellas, let's start playing the dominoes and start some questions. So, what is health insurance?
Wow. Health insurance, like I said in my introduction, it's one of the neglect topics that we should have known when we are in school. They should educate us about health insurance. So the best way I can introduce health insurance, the importance of health insurance, is to protect your income. So the way the health insurance is, it's to not only to protect your income, but for there's a lot of medical expense, medical costs that right now in this world that we are living, that if you do not have health insurance, it will not help you to pay those medical costs. We know that, especially, for example, for me, in January, I had an injury. Mwen te fè un accident nan pied mwen. Men sak pase ke si m pat gen assurance, just medical cost pou injury ta li te koute mwen li te koute mwen $20,000 pou m de ka fè surgery sa. Si m pat gen assurance lan, m ba kon sa m da fè. It not only that health insurance is very important for injured, also for unexpected serious illness. Paske sou pa gen assurance pou gen de medical cost ke ou pral jwen, sou pa gen assurance ou pa ka paye pou li. Spesyalman yon moun ki eterne l'hôpital, yon moun ki admet l'hôpital. Paske gen deux cost pou paye l'hôpital. Fò paye the physician and also pou paye pou hospital bills. Si ou pa gen kom sa, si ou te gen kom sa serre, men nou konen ke gen apil illness ou pa gen kom sa la bank vwe pou ka pay. Et sa m vle di oujodi ya, health insurance is very important for you and I, for your family, to pou ka ede nou nan kek unexpected cost for medical. Takou nan viv nan mouman la, every year medical expense it's getting higher and higher. Jan medical ap develope e kon sa tou li vini plus cher pou yon medical cost. So, yon affaire li très important. Si ou pa gen health insurance, jodi a nou la pou nou ka debat avek ou, pou nou ka pala avek ou ki jan ou ka jwen health insurance, e apre sa ki importance ke health insurance gen, spesyalman pou kominote haisyen nan.
So, jon di ala, sa vi di health insurance se menm jan avek assurance machine. Wap bezwen nan tout ka, pa vre?
Yeah, mwen te ka kompare sa ke nan exemple ke ou ba la, rezon ki fè nou pense, nou ka di health insurance se yon pou machine, tan kou on sort de machine, ou ka pran assurance pour machine. Et le plus important, parce que n'a parlé de vie, et grand pile fois que ou à l'hôpital, Jean pour docteur ta ka bay te ka bon soin, yo pas bon soin ça. Peut-être ou pas gain assurance. Les fini tout preventive. Nous allons parler de preventive. Preventive qui ça lié? C'est grand pile monde qui pas vle prendre assurance pas droit. En pile monde qui pas prendre assurance parce que yo dit comme ça que yo pas à l'hôpital. Yo pas à l'hôpital pendant année pour qui ça pour dépenser un cob pour assurance. Bon nous voulons dire comme ça, même Jean Padre vin bon exemple avec machine nan. C'est très important parce que en machine, faut qu'à checker l'huile machine nan. Faut qu'à faire yon diagnosis machine. Et même j'entends avec nous-mêmes, étant que humains, chaque année, nous t'a supposé une fois pendant l'année aller à l'hôpital, aller ouais pour américain docteur. Yeah, pour aller faire physical. Il y a un pile monde qui pas croire dans ça. Physical là, c'est très important. Et même j'entends machine n'a besoin yon tune-up. Et comme ça tout, you as human ou besoin tout pour checker pour connaître if everything is okay. Parce que sans assurance sans assurance parce que yon average pour aller yon primary care for preventive for wellness for physical every year it's about 280 without the immunization c'est vaccin c'est l'autre bagage que docteur a pral ou ouais que qui ça sous pas de l'argent ça c'est un côté combien il te ka aider. So health insurance is very important. Go ahead.
Right.
I think that's your turn.
Yeah, go. Now the question I have regarding health insurance is, what is the difference between Medicaid and Medicare?
Okay, Medicare, qui ça Medicare? Medicare c'est commencer avec age 65, where that you retired from your job, that Lorsque arrivé à age 65, you qualify to get Medicare. Qui ça Medicare yé? Get Medicare Part A, get Medicare Part B, get Medicare Part D. So also too, Medicare ou ka jouni pour yon moun ki gen yon illness, ki disabled, that ou ka qualify pour it. Pas n'importe moun ka qualifié pour Medicare. Medicare seulement ka qualifié pour lui si ou tan kou ke ou disabled. Après ça, si tan kou ke ou rive non l'âge de 65 ans, ou retired dans travail ou ka qualifié pour Medicare. So Medicare c'est gouvernement qui mette en place for retirement for people that retired from the job and that retired and that to help them with medical expense. Medicaid c'est un gouvernement programme too as well. So c'est Medicaid c'est pour gouvernement pour low income, moun qui pa gen income. So what Medicaid here for? Li aider ou pour ka payer bill. So si ou gen Medicaid ou pa map di tout viewer mwen tout haïtien yo kap tande la. If you have Medicaid, si ou gen Medicaid, ou pas supposé ka recevoir bill, même si que yo provider ou ta voye bill là-bas ou.
But Medicaid là c'est pour même l'âge moun sa yo.
Medicaid, you can start with Medicaid as newborn jusqu'à n'importe l'âge ou gen.
Oh, okay.
Parce que Medicaid ou qualify pour low income. Gen plan, et nous allons parler des plans tout ou ka jeune dans Medicaid tout. So si yon moun si yon moun ki ou qualifié pour Medicaid avec low income. So ou aller kay docteur. Ces affaires li vraiment m'a tout dit nous ça en pile monde pas comme ça. Avant choisir Medicaid, ou supposé parler avec docteur avant parce que gen des plans ou pral choisir li. Faut connait qui plan que yo prend pas n'importe provider, primary care provider prend plan que Medicaid ba ou parce que Medicaid ou supposé choisir. There's straight mass health. Straight mass health that's the one that's very important. It's important parce que straight mass health là, li paye ou pas besoin choisir un plan. Ça c'est moun qui pas gen income même que ou ka choisir straight mass health. Là ou gen straight mass health. Là ou gen straight mass health. So li ou met aller n'importe côté. Y a couvrir pour. Mais c'est là que ou pral choisi manage care ya. C'est là ça li pas monsieur Gain. C'est là ça li vraiment nécessaire pour qu'a dit provider ou pour qu'a aider ou choisir un plan pour dire est-ce que vous prenez plan ça avant ou aller pour apply for Medicaid.
Okay.
Sou gon choix. Sou gon choix pour pick plan. If you have a choice of picking your plan, why wouldn't you pick the plan that's universal? Basically, why wouldn't you pick the plan that basically covers everything?
Yeah, but a lot
You know
of
what
us
I mean?
don't know that though.
But sonje ke mwen do Medicaid, it's
what you qualify
it's
for.
It's a government program. The government put it here for you to help you, especially with low income. If you do not have any income, yes, you can choose a plan, the street Marcel, the standard Marcel. The standard Marcel, most of the hospital, most of the primary care take it. But if you have income, that's the reason why I'm telling you right now, for you to choose a plan, for you to apply for Medicaid, you can go to a mass.gov or you can go to Connect, and that's where you're gonna find the plan. Or you can give us a call, or you can let Domino Effect crew knows, and we can help you with that. Or you can contact Envoy, and we can help you with that as well. So if you have a low income, yes, when you go apply for Connect, one of the things that you cannot do, my Haitian people, you have to disclosure everything. Second income, you need to tell them. Parce que c'est avec gouvernement ou en affaire. So, ou ka di tout bagay. Sou pa gon income, li bon pou. Free care. Free care même j'avais Medicaid. Not a lot of. Gen différence ki gen at Medicare, m'explique ou ça. Medicaid, m'explique ou ça. But free care. Free care is different. Now they call it health safety net. So it's different. Free care, not any provider take it. But with free care, they pretty much give you the care for free.
Okay.
Okay. I got a couple questions. So I gotta give you a chance.
I'm sorry.
Some questions. Early, you were saying that the health insurance is very important, but there's some aspect on that. There's some people that work, and this I don't know if it's a lack of education about health insurance and stuff. When they go to work and they offer them some health insurance and they deny it, it's one of the reasons is because am I making enough money to pay for
All that.
all that? Or I rather stay without health insurance and get all the money and go home. What advice can you tell those people with the
What I can say to you, that's the same way I started with talking about the importance of health insurance. The importance of health insurance is to protect your income. What do you mean that to protect your income? Let's say that accident happened. You know, things that you didn't expect. Sickness comes. So you have money in the bank. Let's say if you didn't choose insurance, or if you said okay, I don't need insurance because I'm very healthy.
Yeah, but in
and,
Massachusetts, it's the law.
Oh, no, I'm gonna talk about
Okay,
that. I'm
that's
gonna
what
talk
I
about
just
that.
wanna make sure.
So you don't choose the insurance, and so now what happened? What if something happened, and where that average for broken legs right now is $5,000, and you didn't have that $5,000 in your bank right now, and average for pregnant a woman that's giving birth, it started with $7,000, but it can go, especially if you have a C-section, it can go higher than that. So if you didn't choose the insurance right now, do you see that if you had money saved for something else in the bank, and a lot of people think that okay, I'm gonna give you an example for myself, or if you don't pay any insurance, it's not gonna affect your credit. Yes, it will. Because the thing is, I remember when there was a purchase I was trying to do, and when they pulled my credit, and they saw a lot of medical expenses, and I had to pay a lot of them for me to qualify with this. So it's very important to get your health insurance. Also, with what Padre just said, with Massachusetts, there's a law that called individual mandate law. It's a law that 18 years old, it's required for you to have health insurance. If you, the only way,
It's optional. You can
hold
get
on,
it.
hold on, I'm gonna talk about it. The only way for you to waive that, you have to go to MassGov and for you to tell them if it's based only. If you see something else, please let me know. But if it's based only on religion, you have to tell them why for them to waive it for you. Otherwise, there's a penalty that you're gonna pay for it when you fill your income tax.
Okay. My the other thing, you have a knowledge about health insurance and stuff, which is different from our culture. We know 95 to 80% of our people back home, they don't have a health insurance. And now you're talking about health insurance. That's something they don't even think about. Oh, I came here just to work to make money, send money home, but I don't worry about health insurance. And some people, they just use the thing for granted, health for granted. I'm healthy, I don't need health insurance. If something happened to me, they're not gonna let me die. But they don't know somebody else paying the cost.
Yeah, but here's the situation though. If you're working, they're offering insurance. Your company pays a portion, and you pay another portion, so you don't pay the whole thing.
That they need to know
Right.
that
33% of it.
That's the thing. So that's one, right?
Yeah.
But it's not everything that you're not gonna get, like you said. Oh, if they come here, they come and work. Yes, you can go to the hospital, but if it's not an emergency case, most hospitals are not gonna accept you. Am I correct?
Exactly.
Unless
There's
you have insurance.
Yeah, and one of the thing about Massachusetts, I love Massachusetts has the best healthcare program for everyone. So with what Padre said, you, I'm gonna correct you here, Padre, for one thing that you said. When a patient go to the hospital, we don't we have to based on the Massachusetts law, you have to see the patient regardless. But are you gonna receive the best care?
Thank you.
No.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna get the best care because the physician. One of the thing about the physician, remember that they have they have the loan to
They
pay.
have families.
They have family.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And right now, every day, I want to let everyone know too. Every year, what the providers are doing with the insurances, it's a contract between the insurance. That's what it help you a lot. So the cost that you will pay out of pocket, if you have insurance, what the providers for every hospital,
So
what they
what is-
negotiate.
okay, so question for you. You said providers, so some people don't know what is. Give me an example of a provider.
Okay, the providers is you can call the facility like where you go see your primary care. You can call it providers.
Okay.
Because they are your provider, primary care provider or the physician.
Okay.
Most the provider I'm mentioning right now, it's your primary care providers.
Okay.
So what they do it every year they negotiate the price, the fee schedule for you. So because every year, as the medical care is advances, they're doing a lot of advance, the more the treatment costs a lot of money. So every year you're gonna see if you go to see Dr. John and really go see Dr. Paul, it's gonna you might see that you go see for the doctor the same thing, but it's different prices because Massachusetts does not make the price. It's the providers that
Yeah,
negotiate.
but if that's the case, when you just say that, this is what I overheard earlier somewhere on the radio that a lot of these providers are charging based on area code and zip codes, which is very hurtful because I could see it. It's gonna be like very discriminatory because if somebody in my neck of the hood get a provider to get a foot injury, surgery, and then they go somewhere in Brookline. Brookline might be cheaper than where I am because of the amount of people that where I live, the type of people I should say that live where I live.
I'm gonna say, because I don't have it in front of me, I'm gonna say it's no. And also, if that happened to you, you need to talk to them, or you can go to mass.gov and talk to them. The reason why the providers job is every year to negotiate the contract because they have a contract with the insurance. The contract is, like I was saying, if you pay out of pocket, you're gonna pay more money. And what the provider is doing, they call the insurance every year. They sign a contract. They're saying that, let's say if a procedure costs, diagnosis costs like $280, the provider, we're gonna talk about that deductible. What the provider is doing, that is gonna negotiate the price. So the provider doesn't get a lot of money. I'm just gonna tell you right now, the provider doesn't get a lot of money because when the price come and when they negotiate that price, there's an adjustment. Whatever adjustment it is, we have to adjust it. And that's the reason why it's very important when you go see a provider, when they are asking you for copays, you have to pay for your copays. Because what the insurance is doing, that they are telling the providers they need to get that copays. Because the insurance that is the one that process the claim. When they process the claim, they tell you that based on your plan, based on what your agreement with them. That's the reason why it's very important that there's a lot of people that, sorry, Padre. There's a lot of people that when you get your insurance because of your job, get your insurance, you don't want to call your insurance to find out what plan that you have.
That's what I was going to ask you. Because it's, because there's okay, can you tell us what the difference between a premium and a deductible?
Okay.
Because that's some of those things that like you just said. Okay, I get the insurance for my job, but I'm not gonna call to find out what covers.
Yeah. So it is very important, guys. Everyone that watching, that every year when your plan renew, there's plan that renew in January 1st, there's plan that renew in July 1st. So it's every year you have to call your insurance to find out that what plan that you are in, the premium, the deductible, the copays, and also is your primary care provider is in network.
It's part of that
of that plan. Because if they're not in network with that, you're gonna end up with a lot of deductible. You're gonna end up with a lot of out pocket, and it's gonna require you to get a referral. So, monsieur Decabes. Yeah, okay, hold on, Yves. So that's the reason why there's PPO plan. There's the HMO plan. So PPO plan, that's most of provider preferred. You know why they preferred it? Because you can go anywhere with the PPO plan. And that's the plan that has the highest deductible.
Okay.
So you have to know what is your deductible. Because if you have not met your deductible, let's say if you have a $3,000 deductible, and you are the type of person that only goes to hospital once a year. But I need to help you guys with that too. Preventative care. If any one of you guys go once a year to see your primary care provider and you are getting a bill, you need to question that. Because your plan is supposed to cover your preventative care full.
Yes.
But that's the reason why every primary care provider, they're supposed to have to make you sign like a financial policy where it's gonna say that if you talk to the provider about anything that's going on with you, like for example, you are sick that day. Remember that preventative care, it's supposed to cover everything, but not sick visit. If you go to your provider and you say that, okay, hey, hi, I have a high blood pressure, or my heart is beating fast. That's a diagnosis code. So right now, it's not only a preventative care, but there is a sick visit attached to it. So if the provider attached the sick visit attached to it, now you're gonna pay copays. If you have a high deductible, you're gonna get a bill. So to finish with the question that Padre asked me, for PPO plan, there's a lot of the plan have a high deductible. For HMO plan, the HMO plan is it's the plan that you need to pay attention, because you have to call them to add your primary care provider. What happens if you don't add your primary care provider? To say that a Sweet Will is your primary care provider. So when you went to see Sweet Will and Sweet Will bill your insurance gonna come back saying that they're not gonna pay for it. It's a non-cover charge because you didn't add your primary care. It's gonna deny, and Sweet Will gonna bill you
directly
because you have to call them. And yes, you can call them.
Okay.
That's one of the things you can call them to add the Sweet Will.
My question is, you kind of touched on what I was gonna ask, but I'm just gonna go further with that. Let's take for example, Sweet Will that travel a lot out of state, and he go out of state,
That's a good question.
have a heart attack.
Oh.
Just an example.
Dude, what kind of example is that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Have a heart attack. What kind of now it's gonna depend what kind of plan you have, right? To know.
Okay, that's a good question. So if you're gonna see any provider out of state, but you are not there, you need a referral. If you have a HMO plan, you need to call your primary care provider and tell them that you are out of state, and this is what happened. Because there's a lot of kids, a lot of students that on the parents' plan
And
that
they're
they
in
go to
college.
college out of state. For us to get them a referral, they have to call us. If something happened, they have to call us so we can get a referral for them.
Okay.
Otherwise, when you get the bill, it's gonna be
When we
It's
talk
your
about
own bill.
yeah.
when we talk about myself, is it cover only the state of Massachusetts or it cover out of state?
Good question. Myself, it's all depend. Myself supposed to cover the state of Massachusetts, but it's all depend the cause. And that's the reason why you need a referral. You need a referral to let them know what happened for them to cover it. So because it's supposed to cover the state of Massachusetts, but if you go out of state, it will cover it, but you have to give them a good cause.
Now, let me ask you a question. Okay. If I have mass health and I have a heart attack,
That's an emergency.
I don't think I'm gonna have time to be like, hey, mass
No,
health,
but you-
I just had a heart attack. Are you going to pay for this? I don't think that's how that works.
No,
You have
at
debt,
that
you
point,
buy debt,
yeah.
you don't have debt.
Yeah,
By
but the
then,
thing-
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
but
I
the
don't
thing
think
is
that's
you-
something that's going
But
in
the
the
thing
people's
is, you're
head
gonna
at
let
that
them
point.
know. You're gonna let them know that this is what's happening after the procedure done. You
After
can call
everything's
them
done,
Yeah,
okay.
because
and let them know.
you're gonna have your
Exactly.
You're gonna have,
That's if
Yeah,
you make it.
exactly.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
basically you said a referral. Basically, what referral is
Yeah.
basically a referral is you asking
go before
before you go to the appointment.
Exactly.
But if I have a heart attack, I don't know if I'm gonna have a heart attack. I basically have to. I can't get a referral before I get the heart attack.
my last
Hey,
question.
I'm going to Atlanta. I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
my last
You know what I
question-
mean?
My last
Make
question.
it last. Make it last.
I think if you were able to at your job, if you're able to afford your the private health insurance, it's better to get the private health insurance
Then you
that
get
you
massive.
when you're traveling a lot than getting myself. Because
Yes, if you are working, it's better to have private health insurance. The reason why the private health insurance is better because with myself, it's very specific. It's just limit you for what you want to do, for what you how you can whoever that you want to see. But it's better if you can get it to your job. It's better to get it to your job.
All right, you said something earlier that really bothered me regarding the doctor situation. When you say, because I had that question in my
because
heart
you
for
had a
the
heart attack?
no, that's not it. But the fact that you said if you don't have health insurance,
Yeah.
if you don't have health insurance, the doctor may act different. So let's say like if you don't have health insurance, the doctor you may not get the health the way you're supposed to get it. Now, if you don't have health insurance, does the doctor know that you don't have health insurance? Because I know, let's say you go to the emergency room. There's a different
different.
department, a
That's
different
different.
party that
That's
comes,
different. That's
take your health insurance and whatnot. Now, do they tell the doctor, hey, this guy does not have health insurance?
They probably put it on a note.
Good luck to him.
No, they probably
Like,
put it on a little side note.
You know what I mean? Like, is there a side note that says like, hey, he don't have health insurance.
Believe it or not.
Good luck to him.
Believe it or not, and we don't want it to make it sound like this, but it is what it is. Because when you go inside of the hospital, they already know all your business.
That's right.
You know, they already checking myself. They already checking everything.
yeah.
They're gonna know if you have an insurance or not. If someone come to where I work and do not have an insurance, I can go and check to see if they have an insurance because they're gonna know. So to answer and to finish with the question that you're saying that yes, the doctor, like Padre was saying, the doctor, they need to get paid because a lot of time, do you know how many claims we have to write up because of that with the insurance? And we're gonna finish with the insurance, and I think that we need to have a second one with the insurance. That the minute that the contract, you got 30 days for the claim to get out of the doctor's office. If the claim does not get out of the doctor's office, we are responsible for it. We have to write it off because they're gonna deny it for timely filing.
Well, everybody, this is the end of this episode. I plan that we're gonna have another one regarding health insurance.
Yes.
Right? Because
it's very important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, and make sure to share. Peace out.